beautiful people. We have a new sight word today, and it's the word two, the number two. This is not I'm going to, this is two. Like I have two pens. I have two eyeballs. I have two nostrils. I have two fingers. I have two ears. I have 2 feet. I have 2 legs. I have 2 arms. Two, the number two. It's spelled TWO. It's a sight word. That means it's not really a tap or outer, but you have to know it right from your brain. Drill it, drill it. Two. So I have a story called The Two of Them. And it's about a story of a little girl and her grandfather and how much they love each other. It's really nice to see. I like it. It's written by Aliki. Now, the grandfather's name is Papuli, which is Greek for grandpa. Because some people call their grandparents different names, like Pop Pop. My stepfather's Pop Pop. My dad was Poppy Joe. Somebody may call them Nona. There might be a Mimo or a D-Dad. So people call their grandparents by different names, by different nationalities. Here's the picture. The day she was born, her grandfather made her a ring of silver and of polished stone because he loved her already. Someday it would fit her finger. Oh. He made a bed her size and covered her with a rosebud blanket to keep her warm and sang her lullabies she did not yet understand. Isn't that nice? He brought her food from his store to help her grow and caught her before she fell when she took her first steps. Look at that face. Aw. It's so nice to be loved, isn't it? Whoops. In summer, they swam in the ocean and collected shells together, and her grandfather watched from under the shade of a big umbrella as she made a castle in the sand. I hope she's wearing sunblock there because she doesn't have much of a bathing suit on. Know what I mean? Sometimes they went to the mountains and walked in the woods. Then she floated down the creek on a rubber tire. That looks like a lot of fun. When her bed was too small, her grandfather made another for her to grow into, and a shelf for the books she would read, and a doll to hold. He sang her songs and told her stories of long ago that had been told to him. Some he made up, and some were about his love for the little girl. I don't think he has to make those up. Grandparents love their grandchildren very much. She helped him in his store after school and loved the smell of the sawdust he sprinkled on the floor when it rained. I wonder why he did that. Do you think maybe it's to soak up the rain so people don't slip in his store? He's a very thoughtful man. Sometimes she gave out the wrong change, but at lunchtime, when they ate their hot soup, he laughed about it because she was just learning to count. He's very patient. Then her grandfather gave up his store and grew fruit in his garden instead. They picked apples and plums and tomatoes, and there was more time. He made a cradle for her doll and a flute of bamboo, and they sat under the trees and played music together. And every year she loved him even more than the things he had made for her. That's a beautiful instrument he made. Time passed, and the ring fit the little girl's finger, and it seemed suddenly that grandfather was an old man. One night he became ill, and after that part of him could not move. The girl wheeled him in his garden and cut apples for him to eat and saw that his cup was full. Oh, she's being as kind to him as he was to her. And at night she tucked him in bed and sang to him and told him stories that he had told her. Some she made up, and some were about hot soup and castles and floating in the cool water on a rubber tire, and of her love for them. And she said, "Good night, Papuli," and he answered with a kiss. Isn't that very sweet? How the two of them loved each other so much. Oh, I love it. I love it when two people are like that. So the word is two. I'm going to put this on pause and make a magical sentence appear. Hold on. Magic. Here we are again. Let me show you. Let me show you how to write it first. You go from the cloud line all the way down to the street. The W goes down, up, and the O starts at that dotted line and goes all the way around. Oh, I'm sorry. I took it right out of focus, didn't I? Yeah, that's what I do when I close my eyes here. T, pick up that whole street. Down, up, and an O. 2. I want to have 2 apples for a snack. And then if I use the word to in the beginning of a sentence, it has to be an uppercase letter. So I wrote, 2 dogs walked in my backyard. I have no idea where they came from. They just moseyed on in and they moseyed on out. And I really would like to have those 2 apples for snack. So your job is to write the word to. And then I want 2 sentences using the word to. There's a lot of to. Sorry. 2 sentences for 2. Have a great day.